Welcome back, everyone. As many of you know, I am a massive plush collector. It is some of my most favorite things to collect, especially if they are out-of-country exclusives, hard-to-find pieces, vintage, or even just a particular character. And to be honest, I've been this way since I was a child, like all the way back down to like the original BD&A Yoshis. I was collecting plush, and I've been moderately obsessed with them. And now, as I'm an adult with adult money, I can buy more expensive plush and more obscure things, and I'm finding out new information about plush that I missed out on in like the 90s or the early 2000s or even just like 4 years ago. And to be honest, the plush community is one of the best. I mean, super pure. Everybody is very helpful. If you have questions about a particular item, if it has a tush tag or what the original tag looks like or whatever, for the most part, everybody is super friendly. With that being said, we're going to go back in time to 2000 with the Raidramon Banpresto plush. Alright, I gotta say it, I am more partial to Raidramon than Flamedramon. And, you know, he just didn't get as much screen time within the animated series as Flamedramon did. And on top of that, I'm also more partial to Gabumon and his entire evolutionary line than Agumon. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love them all I so much. But I've just always been more partial to Gabumon. And so for me, it just feels natural to be more partial to Raidramon since he comes from the Digi-Eiga friendship, which is like basically derived from Gabumon. You know, I think this is the only time they have ever made a Raidramon plush. I mean, well, I did see like a little like Tsum Tsum like type of Raidramon, but I don't know, those don't really count in my opinion, but this is like the only substantial Raidramon plush that I've seen. If another one surfaces, I'll definitely grab it. This is made by Banpresto, which is very famous in Japan. They make a lot of goods for UFO catchers. I think that's primarily their MO, is filling prizes in the little crane games. And then this is what the back of the tush tag looks like, which I believe that just says like Digimon Adventure, like the second season. I'll post all the translations here on the screen as well. Now, Banpresto is a legit company. This is not a bootleg. This is an actual official licensed product. And one of the ways you can tell this too is they usually have this like little cat with a cowboy hat on, and I'll put the translation there as well. You'll see that a lot within their products somewhere. It's usually on the tag itself, like the actual hang tag. Here's what the back of the tag looks like, as well as the English translation. You can see also on there it says, for prize use only, not for commercial. And that's what Banpresto does. These are prize items. You can't just go to a store and just pay money for them. I mean, unless it's like a secondhand store where somebody had already won it and then they, you know, got rid of it. And that's what makes these Banpresto items so rare and unique is, you know, you couldn't just go into a store and buy them. You actually had to win them. You know, they're prizes. And what an awesome prize. You know, Japan always just does things to the top tier. For this to be an actual prize to win is amazing. And you know, when I collect plush, if it is supposed to have a hang tag, I will always try to buy the item with the hang tag. You know, there's some exceptions where it either A, didn't even come with it, or B, that, you know, it's just such a rare and expensive item that just being able to see it for sale is good enough, you know? But aside from that, my collecting goal for plush is to always have them tagged. Now you can see that the details that they used for the eyes and like the little horn right there is all like a painted material. There's no stitching there. There is some like little stitched pieces for like, you know, part of like the fur sticking out. And then if you look closely, there's even like teeth right here. I didn't notice this when I first picked it up, but there is some teeth that outline the entire mouth. And that is awesome. They're probably just like glued on there. But still, that's an awesome little detail that they added. I mean, they could have very easily not included them in there. I mean, they're so hard to see. I mean, it's just barely an off-white, you know, little teeth. And then at the horn, you can see more of the painted material. It looks like it's two pieces that they kind of glued together, and there's paint on both sides. You can see that the eyes look pretty symmetrical for the most part. I mean, for a prize, this is wild, you know? You can see little flaps right here. So different layers to this plush, all really well stitched. A little nylon cord right here, a little nylon little rope, and this is pretty traditional. You'll see them hanging in the back of the UFO catcher, and a lot of prizes, especially the older ones, and actually honestly a lot I think all the new ones too, they still have a little rope attached. Sometimes they're gold, sometimes they're nylon, it just depends. And then on the sides of the body, you can see more of the little paint details, and then some more little gray pieces here, and then kind of the armor that comes off the back and like separates between the tail. More of the paints there on the opposite side. Then here to the front, you can see where the little missiles or the rockets would come out. This is like a felt piece with a little black outline, and the crest of friendship right there. So awesome. This is just such a top tier plush, especially for it being a prize. I wish they made like all the characters. I don't think they do. I think they make just a handful of them, and I'll try to collect as many as I can, to be honest. And then I guess one of the other noticeable features to this plush is there's actually a plastic piece on the bottom of the feet, which will help it stand, but this baby is kind of stuffed to the brim, so he's kind of like crooked in a sense, but I mean, what more can you really ask for? He kind of needs to be stuffed to the max to be able to hold his weight up, so I mean, it is what it is. This is how they were made in the 2000s, so I guess in a perfect world he would look like this, but he does have those little plastic pieces that you can feel here at the bottom of the feet. Let's do some measurements. So like I said, he's not a very big plush, so from bottom to the top of this spike right there, I'd say about 6.5 inches, and then length from tip of the tail to tip of the horn, and you're looking at about 8 inches. Now, he's a rare plush, but I wouldn't consider him like a super rare plush, like Tomy Flying Pikachu rare. So he's not super expensive right now. I think I paid $50-something for him tagged, and in my opinion, I thought that was a great deal. I mean, considering how old this plush is, it's in immaculate condition for its age. $50 was awesome. I don't know how many more I can find like that, so I jumped on it when I saw it. I ended up getting him off of Yahoo Japan Auctions, or it was like Japan Macari, something like that. And there are listings of him on eBay right now for like $65-ish without the hang tag, which I think is still a decent deal. And you know, I think what the issue is that like not a lot of people know that he exists, and that's like where I come into play, so I can showcase a video and show collectors out there like, hey, wow, this plush actually exists and I would love to have it in my collection. So it could be one of those things where a lot of people don't know that he exists right now, so the prices are relatively affordable, or maybe there's just not a big demand for Digimon plush. I don't know. Now, in preparation for this video, I imported some Banpresto prize catalogs, and this is basically them showing you the prizes that will be available in UFO catchers. And so one of the ones that I picked up was from, I believe it was 1996 to 2003, so I was hoping that this particular magazine showed Raidramon and the rest of the plush that were released in his wave. It didn't, unfortunately. It did show a few other Digimon products, which I'll show right here on screen. But that's another collecting journey for myself, is documentation. I love having the documentation for the particular product. I think that just brings so much more value to the item itself. And so eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to find the pages where, you know, this was included. But I don't know. I just wanted to show you that because I thought it was pretty neat. Alright friends, that's all I got for you with this video. I hope you enjoyed this plush review of the Digimon Adventure Raidramon plush from Banpresto. If you did enjoy this review, be sure to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel, and it motivates me to pump out more plush reviews. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot of cool things on there, especially on my stories when new things are dropping. Alright collectors, until then, I'll see y'all in the next video.